Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As always, my name is James. I'm going to apologize first and foremost on my condition. I tested positive for COVID, and I know some of you are like, so who cares? I just feel real foggy up here. I've been laying down for about 3 or 4 days now, and I'm tired of laying down, so I'm here. I got stuff to talk about. I didn't go outside on the range like I wanted to. I have some stuff planned for the range coming up. The 7PRC is back, and I have some stuff here on the range that I really want to prep for the 7PRC. But regardless, we'll put all that stuff on hold just because I just wasn't feeling good, man. I just was not feeling up to going out there and just wasn't, man. Wasn't doing it. But anyways, regardless, guys, we got some stuff to talk about right here and right now. But anyways, sorry. But while you're here, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and let's get into today's topic. All right, so this right here, if some of y'all may recognize, some of you OG guys might recognize this as a 350 Legend. Now, what I'm going to tell you is this was a 350 Legend, and this was on the channel a while back. To say the least, I started having issues with it. I just had trouble with it actually being consistently feeding. We displayed it on the channel. I was really only shooting like one round at a time because that's all I could really get it to do. I thought maybe I needed a beefed up buffer spring or something because it just was having issues feeding. And I took it to my buddy over at Gun Connection in Taylor, and he was like, hey, he calls me up. He's like, what in the world did you do? Man, I do love this guy. I love his honesty. He is straightforward. He's not going to mess around. He's going to tell you like it is and just accept it's going to be a fact. So he tells me, what did you do to this thing? And I'm like, I don't know, YouTube University, man. So I'm going to hit the pause button there. If you're going to build something, get with somebody that has like some armory experience, maybe gunsmithing experience, but YouTube University may not be the best option. I'm just saying. But anyways, regardless, I know the 350 had a lot of energy, as you can see here. But talking with my buddy in Taylor, we just couldn't get the 350 to work in this platform. Don't know why. We just couldn't get it to really properly work. So we sat down, we had a conversation. And that conversation is, what do you want to do? I'm like, man, I don't need a 300 blackout because my brother has a bolt rifle, my wife has an AR. I'm over the 350 Legend. If we can't get to work, then let's do something else. He recommended the 300 hammer. As you can see right here, we have this etched right there on the, right there. See that? 300 hammer. That's how you spell it. And he was like, hey, let's do the 300 hammer. So, well, okay, do it. So basically we changed out the barrel, we changed out the gas tube, a few small little parts, and you have the 350 Legend transformed into the 300 hammer. We also put a really cool muzzle brake on front so that we can put our GSL suppressor on there as well. Oh my gosh, we do have Magpul accessories, as you guys already assumed, because what else would you have? And then our Vortex red dot on top. Now what I am going to say is, I am embarrassed to say this, but things do happen. As I was getting to the chair earlier, I knocked this rifle down pretty dang hard, and it appeared to hit this optic pretty dang hard. And so basically when I get to the range on this thing, we're gonna be testing this thing out, see if it works. If it doesn't work, good thing Vortex has 100% fully guaranteed warranty. They got my back regardless, so I am not stressing one bit. Now what I will say is, we have this red dot on here temporarily. I'm hoping to get maybe a 3 to 15 or something of Vortex on here sooner than later. So we'll see what happens with that. But regardless, we did turn this thing into a 300 hammer. Now, we have mentioned already the 300 blackout and 300 hammer. So now, when y'all gonna say, like, what's the difference, man? 300 hammer, 300 blackout. Why do I need a hammer? Why do I need a black? Well, if I have a blackout, why do I need a hammer? They're two different rounds, guys. So let's talk about it here. And get this here. I apologize. I need the spectacles. Okay, this is good. Okay, now granted, most of this information I got put off online simply because I wanted to be factual in my information. So I do apologize if it might be a little bit different than what you think, but this is what I read online, and it does appear to be true based on what I'm seeing. Now, granted, basically what you have here is a 300 blackout. Now, the parent casing for this thing here is a 5.56. And you know, being at a size, they are limited to the amount of powder they can put in here, and so you are limited on velocity. Now, granted, this one right here, it is a 30 caliber bullet, as you can see, by 300 hammer. It's a 30 caliber bullet. The bullet is shorter, and it's got its parent casing is 223, and it's actually a little bit longer, about a 1/4 inch, guys, give or take. Without getting some calipers out, it is about a 1/4 inch longer or so. And so basically you put more powder in there. More powder means more velocity. More velocity means more muzzle energy, guys, which means more muzzle energy means more pop down range. So a better hog killer, if you ask me. I'm just saying, but that's what we know. That is the basic difference in both of them right now. As you can see, this bullet is shorter, the shell casing is longer, and you do have more powder inside, so you do get more velocity. Now let's get into the nerdy stuff here, okay? Now I don't have my exact calculator on me at the moment, but basically with the 300 blackout, you're getting about, as far as muzzle velocity, 1850 feet per second. Now with this specific one here, you're getting a little bit less. This is 135 grains, guys, and you're getting about, I believe it's 2,400 feet per second. With these 130s, you're getting about 2,500 feet per second. Yes, I am correct. And it basically says of an 18-inch barrel here. So that being said, with, let's just say that the 130 grain, 2,500 feet per second, you get about 700-ish foot-pounds of muzzle energy more than you do the 300 blackout. 300 blackout's about 1117, and this one here specifically, the 130 grains, you get about 1800-ish, 18 something muzzle energy coming out the barrel. So that there you have a significant amount of more pop at the end whenever it hits whatever you're shooting at. Now what I will say is this: it did say the effective range is said on the 300 hammer, it said was 400 yards. I'm not going to debate that with you guys. That's up for you to tell me what y'all experience with this gun is. Now what I will tell you this is that I plan on seeing how effective we can get at 400 yards. I'm thinking the range is probably going to max out at 250, 300. That's just me. Maybe it goes 400. I don't know, but it does say the effective range is 400. Now, what it also said is that the intent for this round was to also get a basically the same energy from a 30-30, but in an AR. Now, what I will say is they get pretty good on the feet per second, but because it's a lighter grain bullet, it is a little bit less than the 30-30. Now, what we have here is some 30-30. We have 160 grains. Now, let's just compare apples to apples, I guess, even though they're not really the same. Now, this is a 30-30, and this is the Lever Evolution, the Hornady Evolution, 160 grain. This is the 300 hammer, 135 grain. Both of these bullets are traveling at 2,400 feet per second out the barrel. Okay. Now, granted, 160 grain, 135 grain. Obviously, the 160 grain is going to have more pop than the 130 grain or 135 grain. They have a pretty good round here, but we do have to put it through some tests. We do have to do some stuff with it to see what kind of groups we can get on a red dot, which I don't really know. If we can get 2 or 3 inch groups out of a red dot with this thing, I'd be pretty impressed. But I can't wait to get a scope for this thing from Vortex, and we can really see what this thing will put together as far as some groups go. If we can get 1 inch groups, I'd be tickled pink. But regardless, guys, that's what we got going on with this specific rifle. The 350 Legend, in my book, as far as this channel goes, is dead. I don't have it no more. It is gone. Bye-bye 350. Hello 300 hammer. But if we leave you with anything today, if I leave you with any little bit of knowledge or anything that's important, before you go tinkering with guns, make sure you know what you're doing. Make sure you talk with somebody who knows what they're doing, because Your life is very important, guys. I don't need another incident on the internet that happened to Kentucky Ballistics where he had to put a thumb in it. We don't need that kind of stuff. He's very lucky to be alive. I'm glad he's still here. I don't wish anything negative on anybody. Just so I'm being clear, make sure you know what you're doing before you tinker with a gun, guys. Life is too short. Life is too precious, and I do love you guys. But anyways, regardless, guys, I hope you find it interesting. We got some stuff coming with this gun very, very soon, and I hope that I feel better. I do love you guys. I'll see you very, very soon.